All right, I'm going to need you. I just sent you an email to Kenji, your email address, and there's a link. I want you to connect to the super launch. You sure? Yep. Am I getting anything? Gmail? Oops, it's because I didn't hit send. It helps. Test. Awesome. Okay, good morning, everybody. We're going to be launching part of Super Launch. 18 high altitude balloons in the United States taking off here in about 18. So I'm here at my home office. We're going to be launching a Pico half. This little guy right here, Sky Tracker, KK6 UUQ-7. It's our flight for launch feed setup, as well as this one for Magnitude Live. But here is everybody. So we can see that. Did that work? You just need to hit the link. Yeah, well, I need to download that. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. So I'm saying speed. Yep, it's about well, it's filled with 16, and there's a second tab. We'll just put that on mute. Our voice on mute. You want to? Can you run camera? Try with that, or just audio. Click on that. There we go. Cool. So that's us. We should be on mute. Maybe slide over this one. There you go. Here. All right, guys. So we're heading over to the Berkeley Marina, which is where we're going to launch from. And we're going to get underway here. So we have the bag for the blackberries. We're going to get some blackberries too today. We can sell some pie or something. I'm sure they're going to be Kenji. I just eat it. All right, so about a 10-minute drive, maybe. What's up? Nice calm day for the launch. Sure. All right. Load her up. There you go. There you go, little buddy. All right. So Magnitude is an ed tech company that brings learning right to the very edge of discovery. And my goodness, this pandemic, it's going to make spring quite unusual. Yeah, in fact, back to school is going to be really, really strange. Going to have folks 5 days a week. You'll have some schools that say, no way, we're going to teach remotely. I don't like the word remote, by the way. We use distant learning. No, we like distributed learning. So, yeah, you'll be in a distributed learning environment, perhaps. And teaching is going to be really kind of crazy, right? Doing all that in Zoom or meeting in Teams. Kind of tough to really make that work. And so what we thought we'd do, and we started this really back in April, is run a program where we can engage the entire world at the same time and do explorations across the sciences, right? Across mathematics and the language arts, history, bring the social sciences in, right? And nothing better than going old school, launching a high altitude balloon. So we're going to be launching a number of mid-altitude balloons. In fact, that's what we're launching this morning. We'll launch one from the Berkeley Marina here in Berkeley, California. And it'll get up around 25 to 30,000 feet. And it's going to make its way across the United States. The wind pattern today is going to be, or rather this week's going to be kind of interesting. It's going to get about halfway across the country and then head down toward Louisiana and then loop back across Mexico toward Baja California. At least that's what it looks like over the next 7 days, according to the NOAA model that we use. But your students will do modeling and prediction. They'll do weather forecasting. They'll think about things like gas law and how this balloon even gets aloft. Radio communications. How are we getting this information from the atmosphere down to the internet where we can track it? So these are kind of interesting things your students can explore. Every launch we have is different. Everyone is unique. They travel across different parts of the world. And all this is we're getting geared up to is to launch an around the world balloon. We haven't got done yet. We've got one as far as Tokyo from Berkeley heading east. That's across the United States, over the Atlantic, over North Africa, through the Middle East, China, Mongolia, China again, North Korea. We got right off the coast of Japan in the evening there. Last reading we got from it was June 13th, and I think we lost that one. But we're going to be trying again. We want your classrooms to join us this year. Your students probably can't go on a field trip with you. So we're going to take you on a trip around the world if you want to join us. And the cost, $1 per student. For $1 a student, we can take them on a trip around the world. We'll have lesson plans for you, daily activities, engagement with other classrooms. So if you're here in California, maybe we can coordinate a call with you talking to students in Chicago or in LA or in New York or out there in Orlando here in the United States, but also really students around the world in Africa and in Europe and in Asia as it travels around the world. So it's going to be a pretty amazing ride. I think it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun, and we're going to encourage you to join us. I haven't set up a summer program for that yet. We are starting with our International Space Station project that launches our summer program where teacher training starts next week. So you can come join us for that. Magnitude.io. You'll learn a lot more. Really, this balloon here is a trial balloon, literally, to get this thing aloft to see and what kind of engagement we can have over the next week or so. But our high altitude balloons are under a super pressure balloon. They'll go up around 45,000 feet. And they'll travel hopefully for weeks as they work their way around the world. And our first one will probably be going up, well, weather permitting, right around Halloween, maybe just after Halloween. We'll see where that goes and what it looks like. And we encourage you to check it out. Come join us. But what better way to beat the pandemic doldrums? Much better than Zoom, just doing Zoom and talking about chapter 7, right, in your book or whatever. Here's a chance to really bring in authentic science, research, predictive modeling and analysis, statistics, language arts. You do a lot of reading, different things we can get involved with that. Reports, ideas. And so the super pressure balloon we're going to launch, the first one for the circumnavigation, won't have any additional electronics other than what I'm going to show you when we get out of the car. But there will be an attempt here for us to add a slow scan TV to the radio. So when we transmit our location and other data like temperature or battery levels, we'll be able to actually get an image of our beautiful Earth from 45,000 feet streamed down through us over amateur radio. And I guess I should mention the amateur radio. So we think about career and technical education and pathways that lead to success in the future. Licensing in different fields is always pretty valuable. And so we're going to be encouraging students this year, well, every year, but for this program this year, to study and receive their ham radio, their amateur radio license. And there is no age restriction to get that license. All right, let me just get my stuff out of the car here. And so today's special day, we're not just launching this as a promo for our summer program and for getting back to school, but we're part of Super Launch. There are 18 high altitude balloons across the country. They're going to be launching today, and I'm on another feed right now. My son has got us on, in which I've got that all tangled up. One second. That's not good. All right, I'm detangled. And hopefully I'm recording all this successfully. All right. Yeah, Super Launch has got 18 other balloons, and these will be big kind of latex heliums that we normally do with students when they do their engineering practice. Because we do set up those latex balloons, we can usually carry about 2.5 kilograms, a little over 5-6 pounds, up to about 100,000 feet. Those flights are only about 3 hours long. Those are going to be tough to do under shelter in place and other kind of observations of community health. So we'll be looking and exploring about different ways of engaging students. We really like them involved, contacting the Federal Aviation Administration for filing a notice to airmen. Those big balloons, we want to make sure that everyone knows where we are. Extra pounds here. This little payload just weighs a few ounces that we're launching here. It's called a Sky Tracker, built by a NASA engineer, Bill Brown, down in Huntsville. He's actually one of the balloon launches today. He's launching a similar one down that way, right here at the top of the hour. So I don't know if you got your clock on there, Ken. Does it say 7 or 5-2? Or... All right, we got about 6 minutes before we got to launch with everybody. But it is a really nice day to launch a balloon. We got fog, the marine layer, if you will, there in the Golden Gate, due west of us. Just to the south through the tree line there, you can see little bits of San Francisco. Maybe we're going to just walk along this little hill ridge so you can see a little better view of San Francisco. And back over behind you here, well, that's the Berkeley Hills. You might be able to make out the Campanelli there at UC Berkeley's campus, about 3 miles away. We're right here on the waterfront at Berkeley Marina. But yeah, the high altitude balloons that we use, the latex that have about 5 pounds of payload. Yeah, the students will do engineering and design on those, and they'll outfit it. They have a mass requirement, a volume budget, a power budget, communication protocols. And they have to work and collaborate. Usually several teams are in a balloon from a classroom or a couple classrooms in a school. And then they put it all together there, and we launch it usually right on campus with the notice to airmen, as long as the school's not near an airport or other flight restriction. But it's going to be hard to do that this year. I'm thinking we might still do the engineering. In fact, there's something coming up this August from the U.S. Department of Education. I'm going to encourage all our career and technical education high schools to pursue, and that's going to be the CubeSat Challenge. You've got a 4-inch cube, 10-centimeter cube, size of a modern satellite. And the idea there is, well, it's a design challenge. What can you put together? And that's being put on by US DOE, Department of Education. I'll have more information I'll be sharing with everybody on the Magnitude family when that becomes available. But I'm pretty excited about that. Been hearing and working with them for over a year on that project, and we got delayed because of the pandemic. But here we are. This balloon, just a Mylar party balloon, 1 meter in diameter. It's got, you can see it's underinflated. As it rises in altitude, of course, the pressure is going to expand. The lack of pressure is going to expand the balloon to fill the empty space, and we don't want it to burst. So it'll get about 25 to 30,000 feet. We'll let this little baby go, and unit itself will give us data during daytime, solar power. Got the APRS radio on there, a little capacitor, high cap, in order to just kind of keep our voltage regulated. And we're close to what? We got 3 minutes? 3 minutes to launch, and my left arm is getting a little tired. But there you go, a little view of the tour of what we've got. Berkeley Marina, some folks walking their doggies. Beautiful sunrise there, and the fog's burning off right there in West Berkeley. Our office is there. Magnitude's based in West Berkeley. We're down on 6th Street in a wonderful little place called the Workstation. Co-working is another victim of our pandemic. It's kind of hard to do co-working when you can't actually get next to folks. We have a great big backyard out there, which is nice, and a patio, and hopefully we can still get out there and get some work done. That's where we do our assembling and testing for our exolabs and our CanSat products. CanSat is a simulated satellite in the volume of a soda can. It's going to be something we're going to have to put to the side a little bit unless we really have someone that wants to dive in with us and do some engineering practice. We launch those in high-powered rockets, and then, of course, as I mentioned, the latex balloons, those big balloons that go about 100,000 feet. So this little guy here, the Sky Tracker, we're going to launch. You can track it at aprs.fi. So aprs.fi, that's Finland, and the call sign is KK6UUQ-7. So Kilo 6 Uniform Quebec number 7. We got about 1 minute to launch, which is good. I got a signal from my lead engineer. And I guess I probably should have my mask on, but I think the closest we've been to someone is about 50 feet, so I'm feeling okay. Wow, what a beautiful day, Ken. Let's look at San Francisco here before we do the countdown. Isn't that wonderful? Little sunlight bouncing off of a Salesforce tower there. That's a huge building. Sutro used to be big, Sutro Tower. We're getting that countdown. I'm going to let part of the balloon off here, just to kind of open her up. Make it easy. This thing's probably going to roll across the ground a little bit as it lifts kind of slow. We've got just enough positive lift here, about 3 grams lift. And we're going. Everyone's launching now? Or is it a countdown? Huh? It's 7? Okay. All right. I'm launching it right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Super launch. There you go. All right. That nice little drift. APRS.fi. Track us at Kilo 6 Uniform Quebec. And yeah, that's going to be pretty cool as that gets up. It's going to be heading east. I want you to do your own predictions where you think it's going to go. I'll provide some updates if you want to follow us. You can check us out on our Facebook feed. Look for Magnitude.io, educational technology company. And we'll give you daily updates there. You can also just go to Magnitude.io and sign up for our stuff that we've got going on this summer, our professional development. Oh, that's my office. I'm just noticing down there, my home office. That's probably going to keep on playing when I'm done here. I'm going to sign off for now. That's going to keep on playing. You won't see much more. That view of Earth, it looks like it's previously recorded, but when it's flying, when it's running, it's a live view of Earth from the International Space Station, courtesy of a brilliant work by Liam Kennedy,
the inventor of something called ISS Above. We like to have that in the classrooms or in the libraries when we run our space experiments. We have a space experiment that's coming up in February aboard a Cygnus going to the space station. And we're excited for you to join us on that as well. We're going to be looking at life here on Earth, making it life better as we look at alternative proteins through plants, as we grow a plant in microgravity with a bacteria called rhizobia. And we're going to be looking at a symbiotic relationship. That little rhizobia is pretty awesome because it fixes the nitrogen in the soil. And that really gives us a healthy soil to produce crops. Our challenge right now, according to the United Nations, is we only have about 30 to 60 years left of topsoil on the planet. Our artificial fertilizers do an incredible job to really give us all that nutrition and so much production, but we're depleting our soil in doing that. And we hope that by using rhizobia with our legumes, we can produce plant proteins in higher quantities as we begin to unlock the mysteries of why organisms do what they do. When you take out that gravity vector, things behave differently, and you get keen observations. If you're lucky, you can kind of see something different. But in addition to protein nutrients, we're also thinking about, well, what if you were going to grow something on the surface of the moon or put a garden on Mars? What would be required? So we're really pretty excited about exploring that. So come join us, Magnitude.io, for our space programs, whether we're launching high altitude balloons or mid altitude balloons like the one we just did, or we're taking a balloon around the world or doing experiments on the space station. So again, it's if you want to track us, it's aprs.fi, and the call sign is Kilo 6 Uniform Quebec. So for now, I'm going to sign off. This is Ted Tagami with Magnitude.io. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll catch up with you soon.
All right, guys, thanks for joining Magnitude.io. Check it out. We'll see you guys later.